With update version 20.40 out now in Fortnite Creative, I thought it might be a bit fun to do an update video. And then I realised they barely added anything, so instead I'm going to try something a little bit different. Right in front of me I've got the Tilted Towers POI island, ignore the 4, this was added a couple of weeks ago, and I thought it might be fun to use some of the devices we've received over the last couple of months to create a Chapter 3 realistic style little Battle Royale on this island. Here we go. Now, I would ideally like to make a full Battle Royale map using a full recreation of the Chapter 3 island, but with the current limitations of Creative Islands, that's just not realistic. But I think this is a pretty good blueprint of what we can do. Now, obviously, we don't have much memory to work with because the island itself takes up a lot, and there's got chests and ammo boxes already, so we're going to have to be smart about this and use our memory wisely. So ideally we want to get things that are likely to appear in a Battle Royale match. So I'd say the most likely thing firstly is supply drops. Get some Firefly spawners. We'll put a couple of cars in, maybe a truck or two, and then we'll see where we're at. So for the most part our job has been done for us, and no, I don't know why they used the cubed trees, the slightly corrupted trees in the Tilted Island. They just did, but we're not going to worry about those. So we're going to start off with cars. One of the most memory intensive props you can get in the game. So we're going to turn invisible during game off, and I think that's actually all we have to change really. Grab that, and we're just going to place a few around, you know, put some in some parking spaces and things like there. We'll put one over, where should we put one? We'll put one over here, and we'll put a third one here. There we go, we've got a good amount of cars. Actually, well, you know what, I'm feeling generous. We'll add a fourth one for now. Now we are going to need some trucks as well. So we're just going to throw that down and turn visible during game to off as well, so you don't get that ugly spawn plate in the way. Delete that and sort of carefully place the truck so that it actually lines up nicely with the trailer here. So just like they do in Battle Royale, if we move that a little bit, that should be good. There we go, that's... oh, that is very off. Okay, we want to move over this way as well then. How's that looking now? See, that's looking quite nice, isn't it? Just lines up really nicely. And we're going to want to do the same thing over here as well. Just throw it on a truck. Make sure it lines up properly with the rest of the truck. Beautiful. Alright, now that we've got some cars in here, I think we need to do the most important other sort of device we need to get, which is a storm controller, because it's not a Battle Royale without a storm. Now I think the easiest one to use is the advanced storm controller, which only costs about 1k memory. So we're going to find the middle of the island, which is what's there, but I would say it's more about here. Grab a storm controller, throw that down, and just honestly that should be good. Yeah, it's quite a small island. We're good. Next up is supply drops. So we're just going to want to throw one of those down. We can not worry about the balloon health and things like that. Standard, you can do any style. And what we really want to do is have the... where is it? Spawn radius. Change that from above to about 100 meters so it can spawn basically anywhere on the map. And then just throw a few of these down. So that's only another 1000 memory. Oh. There we go, and we'll throw a third one over here. Next up is Firefly. Hey, there's a cool little campfire down here, that's pretty cool. Next up is Fireflies. So these just work like they do in Creative, you know. It's just Fireflies. You can just place one down. They usually appear in groups of 3. So we'll put 3 around some of the trees in the Tilted Island. You know, one here, a couple there. We'll do a few over here as well, you know, over by this teleport rift that we really don't need anymore. Wider hub rifts still exist. They're useless. And we'll put a few over here as well. Now for the final 3 devices, it's definitely going to be a squeeze for the memory to get them in, because we're going to add fishing, because that is a big part of Battle Royale since Chapter 2. So we're just going to make sure it's the Battle Royale pool, and that's really all we need to do, I think. Maybe change the uses to... we'll change that to Battle Royale, there we go. We're not going to change the loot pool on the fishing spawner or on the supply drop, so that they use the current Battle Royale loot ball, because I think that might be quite nice. Then we grab a boat, throw that down in here. Oh, okay. Throw that down there. And I don't know why I put that there. That is not where they spawn in Battle Royale. So we're going to move on right over to Tilted. I believe one spawns here. There we go. And we'll spawn another one over here. And then we finally get some fishing barrels. Pop a couple of those down just so you can get the fishing rods you need to actually get fish. Oh, there we go. What is this? Now, surprisingly, we still do have quite a bit of memory left, so we're literally just gonna grab some more cars and throw them down just across the island, just to make it a bit more realistic, because Battle Royale does like to have a lot of cars scattered around, because they don't have the memory limitations that us creators do. They have like 12 billion memory to work with. It's just lucky for some. And we'll throw a couple on the roads, you know, just driving along. Just like that. And there we go. I believe that is a realistic Tilted Chapter 3 sort of Battle Royale Zone Wars thing you can make. So let's give it a try. Okay, so the storm does cut off a little bit of the island, but overall this is pretty good. So what I've done is I've deleted a few of the cars and placed down a guard spawner, so we actually have people to fight. As you can see, I keep switching to the scoreboard, which is a bit annoying. Ah, no, I missed the landing, no! As you can see, there are nicely 3 supply drops we can grab. There are a lot of guards roaming around, so we're just gonna loot up and fight, I guess. Of course, the first thing we get is a harpoon gun. That's going to be very useful, and it appears that I have infinite mats, because I forgot to change any game settings, so that's just great. So I can literally just grab as many things as I want. But first we're going to open these chests up nicely, get ourselves a primal SMG. Of course, that is a classic item from this loot pool. That is my favorite item that is currently in chapter 3, the primal SMG. Just gonna find ourselves a car. There we go. Now, I am not going to release this as a playable map, because, well, I don't think it's really worthy of a playable map, to be honest. But there are a few things you can do if you want to do something like this, but make it like truly realistic. The main thing you'll have to do is make the cars have a finite amount of fuel. You can change the fuel randomly. Maybe go to the gas station and put down the gas pump device, you know. So a lot of things you can do to make this like a realistic Battle Royale experience. And I've just sort of shown you the basics of what you can do if you really want to feel like you're playing Battle Royale in these locations that don't exist anymore. Like if they ever remove Greasy Grove, you can use that island, or you can use the Shark from Chapter 2. I believe there's also the Fortilla, there's a smaller version of Chapter 1's Volcano. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can work with to really spice up your experience. And this is not a Chapter 3 gun. I should not have this. Of course, there are a few other things you can do as well here. Just like grab this supply drop. Get no weapon apparently. Did we literally get nothing? Wow, we got shockwave grenades. Good job, ow! And of course we can also grab ourselves a fishing rod. Oh, we got a pro fishing rod. And oh, there it is. Grab ourselves some fish. So yeah, that is basically how you create a semi-realistic Battle Royale experience. Obviously there are a few things I missed, especially because of memory issues, because Creative is very limited on memory, and like 3/4 of the memory was already taken up by Tilted itself. But I just wanted to point out that with all of the new resources we've gotten in over the last like few months, it is possible to make this kind of experience now in creative mode, and I think that's really awesome and says a lot about the quality of the game in creative mode and how far we've come from making tiny little Battle Royale maps on a temperate island. I would still recommend being creative and original though if you want to make a Battle Royale map. I did make a video about my own one that I did make and release that is now in season 4, so if you want to go check that out you can. I'll leave it in like the end card or something. Well, I lost to a bot, because I don't know, I'm a bot, I guess.
Yo, I ain't here for the money, I ain't here for the fame. Though it might be nice to own a jet plane, I'ma do it all for you. Come along and see it's true.